Today we'll be reviewing the 1950s era It Came From Beneath the Sea. I love this movie. It's kind of a favorite of mine. Stars Ken Tobey and Faith Domergue. And it has an absolutely special Ray Harryhausen special effects claymation. It has the USS Cuba in it, which is not a nuclear-powered submarine, but maybe they couldn't get a nuclear-powered submarine. Anyway, Faith looks really good in a white dress. At least I think she looks good in a white dress. And my wife says that Ken is kind of good looking. So we've got Ken and we got Faith. Anyway, we get our first victim just about right away. And usually they have some suspense about whether there's a critter or not out there. But here we get to see the critter right away. And there are a few survivors. But at the first war council, they don't believe them, so they decide they aren't really going to do anything. But then they get a telegram, and that telegram says that an Oregon family has disappeared on a beach somewhere in, well, Oregon of all places. So they're going to head out over there. They get to Oregon, decide to split up, so walking on the beach, they'll make it easier for the monster to find them and kill them, and what do you know? Mission accomplished. The guy gets killed and eaten. Oh, terrible, an appetizer. So they have another war council where they figure out, well, let's just send the Navy out to drop depth charges on everything, which is what they do, and they depth charge a whole bunch of harmless little humpback whales, and someone thinks mines are good. Let's just spread a whole bunch of mines somewhere, and maybe we can blow it up that way. I don't know. It sounds kind of weird. Anyway, they also put out a mobile radar station because after all, you're looking for a creature that's, 2,000 feet below the ocean and radar. Anyway, they're going to try and herd it with some mines, I guess. And I guess it works because the thing gets herded over towards the Golden Gate Bridge where it decides to climb the Golden Gate Bridge to try and find Faith, who it thinks is up on the Golden Gate Bridge, and it's going to ask her for a date. But Faith really isn't interested in having dinner with some sort of monster, so of course she says no, and it rampages and gets kind of mad, and Faith reacts by doing what all people and women in 1950s movies do, and they scream. Why do they always scream? Anyway, that gets the creature upset, so it makes the Golden Gate Bridge into just like a pile of scrap metal. Pretty quick, too. It's kind of neat. Now they get together for another war council because they still haven't got a good idea on what they're going to do and talk it over here. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the monster's out looking for snacks like donuts, women, children, and, the occasional piece of humpback whale that got blown up by a depth charge somewhere. And it gets kind of upset at railroad cars. Why? We don't know. But then, it seems like every California driver there is, they just have to use the entrance to exit. Typical California. Anyway, this is a fun movie so far. Absolutely love the claymation stuff on it. And of course, Faith, Ken, two good-looking people. Why not? And then they use flamethrowers to try and drive it back into the ocean. And it's making this bellowing noise. How does a totally silent creature do that? Anyway, they launch a torpedo at it. They somehow get a direct hit on it. And, well, they don't really pilot the submarine too well. And they get a little bit close to the octopus. Why? Because we need some extra filler in here to make this just a little bit longer. And, of course, giant octopus grabs a submarine. What are we going to do? We're pinned down. Oh, let's send a diver out to figure out what to do here. This sounds like a great idea. I guess he gets swatted by the monster and falls down to the bottom, somewhere on the bottom of the harbor. They're like, oh dear, what are we going to do now? He's just kind of lying there. That didn't work. So what do? Well, they send out another diver, and he's armed with something made of PVC pipe that they're going to launch a grenade into it to try and get the monster to release the submarine. And he's going to go, find him as he's swimming out. See you later. I'll pick you up on my way back. Maybe, if I can find you, if I have time. I'm going to go out, shoot a grenade into this critter, and that's what he does. Shoots a grenade. So he grabs the guy up on the way back. The grenade goes boom. The submarine is released. They swim about 50 feet away, and suddenly there's this kapow, boom, octopus is dead, splat, a little bit of surface disruption. And for all we know, not going to be a problem with this again unless there's some more nuclear waste dumped out there. And they've got boatloads of calamari. And for some reason, these guys are right next to the pier, but now they've been blown out of the open ocean. They get saved. They have dinner with Faith, who looks absolutely great in a tiny black dress. It's got special effects for the kids. It's got Ken for the women. It's got Faith for the guys. Everyone lives happily ever after. Amen.